Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this Netflix review. The fact that you willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. I'm having a super bad hair day, so I hope you just excuse the beanie. For those of you that are unaware, I review everything, absolutely everything that has just been released on Netflix. So if you're ever curious about whether something is good, bad, or completely mediocre, completely average, come to my channel and I'll let you know. So guys, subscribe. I want to become your go-to Netflix guy. And today we're going to be talking about a new Netflix comedy series starring Jamie Foxx, and that is Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. This show is not it. This just did. Okay, so let me just break down the story for you guys first, and then I'll get into why I just really didn't like this series. Ultimately, Jamie Foxx plays Brian. And he is a bachelor just trying to live his life, but he's trying to rekindle his relationship with his estranged daughter, Sasha. And ultimately, it's just about the two of them trying to come together, build a successful, healthy relationship. But Brian just keeps embarrassing her for whatever reason, hence the title, Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. And they get up to a bunch of shenanigans, they go on a bunch of misadventures, and ultimately just work on their relationship. Sounds good, sounds enjoyable, Jamie Foxx is always great. So how could this series possibly go wrong? There's a large variety of reasons. I am very tired of these over-the-top comedy series with laugh tracks in the background that ultimately just aren't funny. This series actually reminded me so much of Country Comfort and The Big Show. Series that actually aren't funny despite having charismatic actors in them. And it's really disappointing having to watch an actor I love like Jamie Foxx, who was also a creator for this series, and ultimately feel nothing towards his character. In fact, his character actually just annoyed me. And it sucks getting annoyed by Jamie Foxx because he's such a likable, cool actor. But in this series, everything redeemable about him, everything lovable about him just isn't there. Ultimately, while he is trying to have a successful, healthy relationship with his daughter, he does everything wrong. He's ultimately not necessarily disrespectful towards her, but doesn't allow her to have her own identity, which as a teenager is so incredibly crucial and important to you. If you don't have your identity as a teenager, you are missing a very important part of your life. And so to see him just completely reject that aspect of her life was almost annoying to watch. And the misadventures these two get up to are so over the top, and they lack so much believability. I know a large part of comedy and escapism in regards to entertainment in general is we want to put ourselves in a situation that we don't find ourselves in. But if you are putting your characters in situations that will never happen or are so unlikely to happen that I can't get myself engaged in the story, you've lost me as a viewer. Again, I've forced myself to watch all the episodes of a series before I do my review, just so I can give you guys my honest opinion. And after episode 2, I wanted to stop watching. Episode 2 was honestly the worst episode for me in the entire series. I don't understand why so many comedy series decide to tackle God, but this series did it as well, much like Country Comfort did before. And flip, it just didn't do a good job. This is the thing for me, as a born-again Christian, as someone that loves God, that loves Jesus, I don't mind when Christianity is portrayed. In fact, I want Christianity to be portrayed more in media. And what this series tried to do is they tried to both make fun of Christianity and mega church pastors and how the church seems to be chasing money more than chasing the gospel. But then by the end of the episode, they're trying to say that church is a good thing. You can't have it both ways. You can't mock the church. You can't say the church is terrible. You can't say our pastors are monsters and then say, but go to church anyway. From a Christian, firstly, I disagree with all the theology from that episode. Just as a viewer, it comes off as incredibly hypocritical when you mock something the entire episode and then tell people to go to church anyway. If I wasn't a believer, I wouldn't enjoy this episode either, because you're making fun of something and then you're going against your statement by approving it. And I feel like that's actually a lot of the series as well. It's making a statement, then almost backtracking on it and saying something different. And how am I supposed to enjoy a series when the entire time the story is going against itself? So ultimately, I feel like there are going to be people that enjoy this series, especially Jamie Foxx fans. He is still, and he gives great performances in this series, despite not having the most enjoyable character. But his performances are still solid. So honestly, I would recommend this series to people that enjoyed shows like The Crew, Country Comfort, The Big Show, anything in that vein. But if you're looking for a deep story with complex characters and well-structured storylines, you're simply not going to get that here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. You're awesome. I hope to see you again in a future review.